Good morning, Run Talks. Jay here. I did try to go to the gym this morning, but I couldn't get into reception. I was up at 5:30 this morning, ready to work out, despite being over here in Portugal. So today I want to talk to you about what 9 years in the military taught me about self-discipline. Now, one of the biggest challenges I think we can all relate to as business owners is the challenge of being able to discipline ourselves to consistently focus on the things that are going to create results. Now, for some of you, you might be like, Jay, I don't know what to focus on, so it's hard to be disciplined about taking the action because I'm not even clear on what's a priority, and that's a challenge, and I understand that as well. So I want to share with you 5 major insights that I got. Just trying to connect. The first one that they used was to actually use emotional leverage. Now, you may have heard me talk before about emotional leverage. The mind is motivated to move away from pain and towards pleasure. Now, there'll be plenty of cases where I'd be up all night, busting my balls, trying to get my kit ready for the next morning. And it would come to the time of inspection and the corporal would walk in and you'd be crapping yourself thinking, please don't find anything, please don't find anything, please don't find anything. And then what would happen is he'd come to your kit, he'd inspect your kit, or she'd inspect your kit, and then if there was one bit out of place, they'd just fucking launch all of your stuff across the room, probably marginally missing the guy in the bedside next to you. And what they'd say something like, are you fucking taking the piss, Williams? And you'd be like, no, Corporal. And they'd be like, well, why the fuck hasn't this been done properly? And you'd be like, because I'm lazy, Corporal. That's what you'd do. When the reality is you'd put all of your effort into actually making it work. And so how this really helped is that it gives you the fuel. One of the biggest things I see is people struggle to follow through. That's what self-discipline really is, being able to discipline yourself to follow through consistently and do the things you don't want to do. So the military would hold you to account, but it wouldn't just be you that was held to account. So when they used accountability, and we know accountability works, there's statistics that show that if you had an accountability buddy and you check in with them at least once a week, you're 95% more likely to actually achieve your goals. 95%. So they used accountability for that. The third piece they actually used was standards. So we all have some kind of standard. And by standard, I mean the level that you kind of accept for yourself. So if you think about it, think about your mind like a thermostat. You set the temperature, don't you? That is like the standard that you either rise to or fall to every single day. And it doesn't matter whether you're washing the dishes, it doesn't matter whether you're taking action in your business, that is your standard. And the military has incredibly high standards. So when it comes to self-discipline, we must have high standards. Because if we have high standards, we will always raise to those standards. And instead of becoming mediocre, we create exceptional individuals. We become exceptional individuals as a result. The fourth one we must have is what's called a pull goal. We must have a pull goal. Now, what is a pull goal? A pull goal is something that instead of feeling like you have to push yourself all the time to do the work, instead of feeling like, when I don't want to do it today, and you can remind yourself of your vision of what's pulling you forward, you're more likely to follow through. For me personally, I was clear. I joined the military because it was going to give me more freedom, independence, adventure. I was going to get to travel the world. And so I knew why I was actually doing it. And that's really, really important. If you don't know why you're doing something, on the days where it's shit, you're not going to want to follow through. So they had what's called a pull goal. Most people set goals which are push goals. They're things sometimes that they don't even know if they want themselves. This down here, by the way, is Nick Faldo's golf course. You see my finger here? You see here, this is Nick Faldo's golf course. All around here, I'm on a golf resort. So we must have pull goals, things that pull us. Most people set push goals. Some of those goals aren't their goals, what they want. They've just taken on what other people they said they want, instead of actually really taking the time to think, what the hell do I want? And why the hell do I want it? So we must have push goals. And I'm going to finish with this insight. That self-discipline is a habit. It's something that you must practice. It's something that you must work at. And we must use the fundamental principles of neuroscience to create habits. And to make that simple, neuro being brain, science being science. Brain science. We must use brain science to actually leverage that and actually implement habits effectively. And the way you actually do that is through 4 simple steps. Number 1 is to make it obvious. I knew exactly what I had to do every single day. Polish my shoes, iron my clothes, make my bed, do my wardrobe, and dress in a way where I didn't have any threads or all my buttons were done up and I looked very professional. Number 2, make it attractive. It's got to be attractive to actually achieve the goal. So for me personally, every time I created something, it gave me this sense of pride. So that was what made it attractive. I got to be proud of who I was. I got to be proud of what I was presenting every single morning. Number 3, make it easy. They trained us how to iron. They trained us how to dress ourselves. They trained us how to present a wardrobe. If there's any component of you that's confused or doesn't know what to do, you're going to experience resistance. It must be easy. You must make it easy to actually follow through and do the habit. Finally, number 4, must be rewarding. The 4th component of habit creation is it must be rewarding. And by this I mean you must have some kind of instant reward. Now for us, if we passed the test, the feedback was instant. If we passed the test, we'd progress and move on to the next stage. If we didn't, we'd get backfired to another stage, so we'd be put back 2 weeks, and we'd have to do something like 11 weeks of training of hell instead of 9 weeks of hell. So when you understand these 5 insights about self-discipline and habit creation, you can actually use them to start to create self-discipline for yourself. But some of the questions you've really got to ask yourself is, how am I having accountability? Do I have a coach, mentor, buddy, team? How am I creating emotional leverage? Am I using the fundamentals of habit creation, neuroscience, to actually create effective habits day to day in my business and in my life? Because you see me show up on these videos every day, 5 days a week. You see me going running or going to the gym. I don't say that to make it about me, but I'm using these strategies, using these tactics to actually create results in my life, in different areas of my life, and you can do it too. So I want to finish by asking you this question. What's one habit that if you were to create that habit today would lead to drastic change in the results you're getting in your business right now? Go ahead, put that in the comments box. Until tomorrow, walking up a hill here, just remember, just show up. See you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.